So the entire bottom, as you can probably see there, is filled with water. This piece of crap. Nothing like ice cream by the lake, eh, Kimber? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's now the first week of May. Hard to believe, but anyway, it's a beautiful morning. Not a cloud in the sky. It's not too hot, so that's all good. I am noticing the black flies starting to show up, so I think we've officially entered the annoying stage, and then probably in a week or two we'll hit the chase your ass into the cabin stage as they start biting. But for now, we're good. I'm up here on another solo adventure. Q's back in the city working. Gonna tackle some smaller odds and ends. I brought up a couple cherry trees that you can probably see there. Those are ready to be planted. And then I gotta fix up my poor chainsaw that I beat up in that last video. And the other thing too, I had zero luck with my trail cams, and hopefully I can figure out what's going on. And I got a new one to add to the fold. So yeah, stuff kind of like that for this trip. So we will get started and we'll check back with you soon. Cheers. So my friend the woodpecker has returned. He's been kind of buzzing around the trees this morning, making all kinds of racket. I think the message is clear that the feeder is empty, so I better get on it. I brought up all kinds of goodies for this trip. This should keep him happy. Poor Kimber. This will be her first experience with black flies. She's not sure what to make of them, but yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet, I'm afraid, little girl. Okay, Operation Trail Camera is underway. So here's the plan. I'm pretty sure that my stealth cam, it was just a case of dead battery. So I'm going to replace, test, and I think we're good there. This piece of crap, the Link Micro. Okay, so once again, I don't know if you can see it, but right where I'm pointing here is a puddle of water that I literally dumped out. So the lights come on. I don't know why it's not sending photos. I know the batteries are good. I changed those after my rant in the last video. What I'm going to do is clean this thing up one more time. You could see all the rust and stuff in there. Lovely, isn't it? And then, this is a long shot, but I bought some adhesive foam. Weather stripping. So I'm going to try and cut in some small pieces, hopefully button it down a little bit better and see if that works. Probably what I'd like to do, if I can get this thing working, is put this down by the stream. And then here's the new one. Okay, so it's another stealth cam. This is the Deceptor model. This is going to go where the Link Micro was, at the back, and I'm expecting good things from this, like my other stealth cam. So yeah, I'll get working through this and report back and let you know how I made out. God, yep, there's water in every spot here. Not looking good. The only reason I really even bother trying with this is when you compare cellular plans, I believe Link Micro here, this one, is the only one that offers like a free plan. And because I don't get a lot of action on it, I figured the free plan, which I think is 100 photos a month, is plenty. It is actually pretty warm. I can't blame her. Comfortable? Okay, by no means perfect, but I worked in the weather stripping. There's a little bit of a gap there, but I just want to see now how it closes. It's tight. That might actually be a good thing. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it does close. Definitely much snugger, and you can see the imprint on the weather stripping, but it's a Hail Mary, but let's give it a shot. Oh, I like this. Oh, big improvement on my other Stealth Cam. I like the fact now I don't have to take it off the mount to change the batteries. The other one, the older style, has a bottom ejecting battery tray, and this one here you just pop open. It's a full size opening on the rear. Put your batteries in. That's great news. One less thing to have to struggle with, especially when it's cold. Good stuff. Okay, I better get these cherry trees into the ground. They've clearly seen better days. I got one here. It's they call it a sweet cherry. And then number 2 is called a Stella. I'm not familiar with either of the two, but these are self-fertile ones, so I guess that's kind of a plus. And apparently the fruit is very sweet for both, so let's see what happens. So I've staked off where I plan to plant them. This is kind of right around my fruit garden anyway, so that kind of works. And should offer some little bit of privacy at the very front end of the property. Where right on the road, the lake is across the street, so figure once this is in bloom, I mean, it'll take years clearly, but I think it'll look nice here. And then just on the other side of our rock here, or Kimber's rock as I like to call it, yeah, I'm going to be planting the second one, so just far enough away from this big maple that it shouldn't create any problems, and hopefully it looks pretty good as you drive in, so time will tell. Interesting that you're supposed to plant it with the pot. It says it clearly on the little guide here. So I bought some of this wrap here to protect the tree. Rabbits or squirrels, whoever might want to damage the I guess the bark, and then that would be it for the little tree like that. So I'm gonna wrap that up and move on to number 2. I need to find a more efficient way of getting water down here. There's a squirrel that keeps going to the bird feeder here, and Kimber just loses her mind trying to figure out a way to get at that thing, but of course it just sits on the tree there trolling her. So I'm just making my way down to the stream again and swap out the cameras. Just hope the rain holds off. It's supposed to stop this afternoon, and tomorrow looks to be a much better day, but I want to get this in and tested, right away, so I know if I have to swap out again before I head back to the city. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so here we are. This is the one I'm replacing. It's funny, at one time this thing used to actually be like a dark gray, but I guess the sun has really taken a toll on it, so I can't complain, I guess. Got a lot of years of service out of it. Anyway, this is kind of the direction it points. You can see kind of the waterfall there, that part of the stream, and this little section here, kind of like a trail for the assorted wildlife that come through. Yeah, these buggers are biting now. Now I gotta try and close this thing. Let's see if I have any luck with it. So as you can see, we are officially in headnet mode. It just got overwhelming, and trying to get them out of your eyes and ears gets old fast. So this will be the fashion for the next few weeks at least, and then we look forward to the mosquitoes. So just went for another stroll on the stream side of the property, and man, there is a lot of trees that have come down over here. And there were some really windy days not long ago, but yeah, this is pretty recent, and unfortunately it doesn't look like much will be useful in terms of firewood, but I do have to clean it up at some point. Okay, so this is where I have the new Stealth Cam Deceptor installed. Pictures that are coming off it are absolutely crystal clear, very high res. I do have it switched to video. In this section we do get a lot of deer coming from one side to the other, so I should get some great captures off that. And I'm just making a couple final tweaks in terms of positioning. But the beauty of this camera, well, more specifically the app, is it has a new feature called On Demand. And what that means is, like, when you're out in the field putting a camera up, you can now take a picture instantly, or video even, and make sure it's lined up, without having to wait for a sync or, the next upload time or whatever. It works great, and it's so much easier to get it dialed in. So I mentioned in the last video taking the side-by-side in for service, and while I was in the city I dropped it off at a local marine canvas shop where they made these awesome custom uppers. So this is like a heavy-duty canvas material. There's even an inset window that I can unzip and roll down, so I don't have to take the whole thing off. But this should go a long way in keeping the cab a little bit warmer, and obviously a lot less water getting in. Nothing like ice cream by the lake, eh, Kimber? If I mentioned the CF Moto comes with a built-in cone holder, so it's not an option, that's actually standard. You want more, don't you? So you may have seen my little cryptic note in the last video that this project was a utter failure. Now I can reveal to you why that is. It has nothing to do with the installation or the space inside. It's certainly solid enough. But the one thing I did not take into account was just how much water gets in this thing. So the entire bottom, as you can probably see there, is filled with water. This hinge, which I thought, not necessarily waterproof. I expected some water to get in, but this is just not going to work. So this guy's coming out. I have the replacement already, which I think will be a much better solution, and I'll share that with you soon. Okay, so getting this lined up was trickier than I thought. First of all, it's very slippery. So the case just slides all around. Using a spring-loaded center punch, I was able to mark these two, and now I think I'm in pretty good position to get the final two marked here. At least now it won't wiggle around, so getting there. Well, that's a relief. They all lined up. I'm so happy I didn't have to drill any more holes through the trailer frame. So we're going to tighten this all up, get the nuts in and the washers underneath, and we should be good to go.